Ripa and Mark Consuelos are famous as both a couple and as a pair of coworkers. Over the years, they've been side by side on a variety of projects, especially live, with Kelly and Mark. However, Ripa recently revealed that this almost wasn't the case for their famous talk show. Ripa's real-life husband became her talk show co-host in 2023. Ripa and Mark Consuelos met each other while playing love interests on All My Children. The two then married in 1996. Since then, the two have appeared in a variety of projects together. Back in 2023, Mark joined Kelly on the talk show Live, with Kelly and Mark taking over for Ryan Seacrest. However, Ripa recently revealed that almost wasn't the case. She shared this during a recent episode of Kelly Kelce's Not Gonna Lie podcast. At the time, Ripa acknowledged that she and her husband already had experience when it came to working with each other. She shared, "We were used to working together, and over the years, we had worked together a lot. And Mark, I think by the time he took over co-hosting permanently, had co-hosted with me at least 100 times. When it came to the idea of Mark joining her talk show, Kelly thought that it was an obvious idea. She noted, he was always filling in the last minute. COVID year, he was constantly filling in like he was just always there, so he made sense to take over. We just had to make it make sense for him." However, Consuelos needed some convincing. While he enjoyed filling in at times, he reportedly thought taking over permanently was a different story. Ripa also shared that she and Mark aren't as joined at the hip as some people think. Ripa added, "He's like, no, it's fun to do it once in a while, because it's only once in a while. But then, I sort of said, it's so great. It's so much easier than doing a soap. It's such a finite amount of time, and you can still go off and have a full life. And so, I think that has made it really easy." During the conversation, Ripa noted that she and her husband aren't always joined at the hip as some fans think. According to her, after taping episodes of their talk show, they don't see each other again until dinner time. Ripa shared, "We need some separation. We need some mystery between us. I don't know where he goes or what he does. I have no idea. And he doesn't even know I'm doing this interview." Ripa also took time to poke fun at people who ask her if she's worried about fighting with her husband while taping the show. As she pointed out, and I'm like, "We have arguments on the air. And it's great to have an argument on the air because your audience becomes your counselors, and they will let you know who is wrong and who is right. Spoiler alert, I'm usually right." Have you been keeping up with Live with Kelly and Mark? Did you listen to Ripa during this recent podcast appearance? Make sure you come back to TV Shows Ace for all the latest TV and celebrity news. The morning light streamed through the Live with Kelly and Mark studio windows, bouncing off the polished desk where America's favorite couple sat side by side. Ripa, armed with her trademark coffee mug and a mischievous grin, was clearly in the mood to spill some behind-the-scenes tea. It started innocently enough. The audience was buzzing, the cameras rolled, and Kelly was recounting a casual dinner conversation she had with her husband long before the network announced his permanent co-hosting role. "You know," she began, her voice taking on that playful, confessional tone she uses right before a juicy revelation, "Mark wasn't exactly jumping at the chance to be my co-host." The audience gasped in mock horror. Mark shifted in his seat, looking like a man caught halfway between amusement and regret. The reluctance, Kelly sipped her coffee dramatically. "I mean, I've had a few co-hosts over the years," she said, ticking them off on her fingers, "and every time, people would say, 'Why not Mark? You two are great together.' But every time I brought it up, he'd look at me like I'd just asked him to go live on the moon." Mark chuckled, rubbing the back of his neck. "It's not that I didn't want to work with you," he protested. "It's that I didn't want to work with you." The crowd erupted in laughter. Kelly raised her eyebrows. "See? And people wonder why I have trust issues." Behind the decision, Mark explained that his hesitation had nothing to do with Kelly personally. "Well, Maybe a little, but more with the idea of mixing their marriage with the constant, high-energy pace of a daily talk show. I've been in the entertainment industry for years, he said, and I've seen what happens when couples work together every single day. It's like inviting the entire country into your marriage. Every good moment, every awkward pause, every argument about where to put the coffee mugs. Kelly nodded knowingly. Which, by the way, is still a heated topic in our house. The truth, Mark admitted, was that he valued the separation between his acting work and their home life. When you were here at Live with Ryan, or before that with Michael and Regis, that was your space. I could watch from home, cheer you on, and then we'd talk about our days like normal people. Joining you meant crossing that line, and I wasn't sure I wanted to. The turning point. So what changed? According to Kelly, it was a mix of timing, persuasion, and what she calls a little bit of marital arm twisting. When Ryan announced he was leaving, Kelly explained, I knew it was going to be hard to find someone who fit the vibe of the show and the audience, and honestly, I didn't want to go through the awkward dating phase of trying out new co-hosts. I already knew the perfect person, even if he was stubborn about it. Mark smiled. She's very persuasive. Also, she had the kids call me and say, Dad, it'll be fun. And when your children tell you to do something, you're basically stuck. Kelly leaned in. I also told him it would be the easiest gig of his life. Which, okay, maybe was a slight exaggeration. The first day jitters. Mark admitted that his very first day on the job felt like the first day of school. Except instead of a backpack, he had a stack of cue cards, and instead of classmates, he had millions of viewers watching at home. I wasn't sure how to be myself on camera without overthinking it, he said. And Kelly, well, Kelly's a pro. She can tell a story about a grocery store trip and have the audience crying with laughter. Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out if I should cross my legs or not. Kelly smirked. And you still haven't figured it out. Learning the rhythm? After a few weeks, though, Mark found his footing. The couple developed their own on-air rhythm, a playful back and forth that reflected their real-life banter. Kelly teased that she often had to edit her husband in real time to keep him from oversharing. He'll start telling a story about our weekend, Kelly said, and suddenly I'm like, oh no, don't tell that part. Mark shrugged. Hey, I'm just trying to give the people what they want. Balancing marriage and morning TV. The adjustment wasn't just about learning the mechanics of live television. It was about figuring out how to keep their marriage healthy while working side by side every day. Here's the thing, Kelly told the audience. When you work with your spouse, you can't just leave work drama at the office. It comes home with you. In the car, at dinner, while you're brushing your teeth. It's always there. So we had to make a rule. No show talk after 7 p.m. Mark nodded. It doesn't always work, but we try. They also made a pact to treat each other as co-hosts first during showtime, and spouses second. Which, according to Kelly, is sometimes harder than it sounds. When he's sitting next to me on that couch and says something ridiculous, my first instinct as a wife is to glare at him, she said. But as a co-host, my job is to roll with it and make it funny. Luckily, I can do both. The payoff. Despite the rocky start and his early reluctance, Mark admitted that joining Live has been one of the most rewarding chapters of his career. I get to spend every morning with my best friend, he said, glancing at Kelly. And I get to share that with all of you. That's pretty amazing. Kelly softened, her grin turning into something warmer. See, I told you it would be fun. Fans' reactions? From the moment the network announced Mark as Kelly's permanent co-host, fan reactions ranged from ecstatic to skeptical. Many loved the idea of seeing their favorite couple on air together every morning. Others worried it might be too much, that the magic of their marriage would be overshadowed by the demands of the show. But as months went on, the chemistry between them proved the doubters wrong. Ratings stayed strong, and the pair became known for their candid stories, gentle ribbing, and moments of unexpected vulnerability. They make you feel like you're sitting at breakfast with them. One viewer posted on social media, "They're real. They're funny, and they clearly love each other. Looking ahead, when asked if he could see himself co-hosting with Kelly for years to come, Mark gave a cautious smile. Let's just say I'm glad I said yes. And I'm even gladder that she kept asking. Kelly beamed. See, all it takes is 27 years of marriage and a little gentle pressure. Mark raised an eyebrow. Gentle. The audience laughed, and Kelly threw her hands up in mock innocence. Okay, maybe not so gentle, but worth it, right? Mark nodded, glancing out at the cheering crowd. Definitely worth it. And with that, the couple moved on to the next segment, side by side, as always, proving that sometimes the best decisions are the ones you didn't want to make in the first place.